So I know a lot of you have been wondering, there's a lot of traffic on the internet and on YouTube right now about regearing your Jeep. What's the right size? What's the right tire size? What do I need to do? How much weight am I running? All these things are factors that you need to consider. So today I'm actually going to put 513s in this. 513s. Why should I put 513s? I am planning on going with 37s at some point, especially probably when I get to the next tire change. I'll probably step up to 37s and we'll see, and I'll be in the right range. The shop that I'm going to is Jeep Kings down in Stratford, Missouri, which is just northeast of Springfield, Missouri, which is about an hour away. And I'm gonna drop the Jeep off. And on the way, I will show you the gas mileage that I'm getting along the I-44 corridor from Waynesville, St. Robert down to Springfield. So you're gonna wanna stay tuned to show you that. Right now, pulling in, we're gonna get some coffee. I'm heading down to Springfield to drop off the Jeep. And I wanted to show you a little bit about the terrain that I'm driving on and what that does to my gas mileage around here. This is kind of what I'm dealing with. So lots of hills, lots of undulating terrain, uneven terrain, not very flat, as you can see kind of up here. We're just on the west side of Waynesville, Missouri, and we are, right now we're flat, which is not bad. But even with this flat, I'm not even in 7th, and now I'm in 8th gear. I'm getting 19 currently, and I'm averaging 15.9. Now I just slow rolled it through a parade, so my average has dropped down, but you can see currently what I'm getting, doing 65 on a 70, and I can feel this thing bogging down because I'm trying not to let it drop out of 8th gear. So all right, so we're back. I just filled the gas tank. We're right in Springfield. I got to go a little bit past it. So generally flat now. As you can see, the gas mileage running right around 15. That's going to keep increasing because you see the current is 21, and I'm running at 66 miles an hour. Just below 2,000 RPMs. Coming under 65. Like I said, we're just north of Springfield on 44. I gotta go a little bit past it before I drop the Jeep off. But now that we're going uphill, we're looking at 15 miles per gallon, 7th gear, 14. And we got some traffic, so I'm gonna have to slow down. Speed limit's only 60 plus 70 back there. Go ahead and slow that down a little bit. 64. Yeah. So on the average, like I said, the average is going to keep increasing because I just reset the computer and everything. So I've got no worries that this thing could get up into the 16s. But you can see like the difference in the terrain. Like if I'm on this normal flat stuff, like I get no problem getting 15, 16 miles to the gallon. But I'm hoping with the Regear I can get closer to stock, which is claimed to be in the 20s. I doubt I'll get close to 20 miles a gallon, but I mean, I'll take 17, I'll take 18. That's great. We'll come back and we'll check this a little bit later. All right, guys, so I apologize. I didn't get a chance to get any video of me dropping off the Jeep, talking to Dave, the owner of Jeep Kings, or picking up the Jeep, or any of the install. So I wanted to just take an opportunity and just talk to you about the gears and then kind of show you where those are going in just a second. So the gearing that Jeep Kings goes with is Spicer gears. This scene in this culture for a while, you know that Spicer and Dana work hand in hand to make sure that their products work well together. Dana 44s are the stock axles that come in a Rubicon version of any Jeep, and I got Spicer gears. So they are specifically manufactured here in the United States of high-grade steel They're precision machined and heat treated specifically for the Dana 44 through 60 axles on the Jeeps, OEM spec. They're supposedly much easier to install, they're quieter, and there's less likely of a chance that they're going to fail. Now, I was looking at their website, and I'll show the data somewhere here on the screen, but they ran a cycle test with high load and low load, comparing Spicer gears with 4 other manufacturers. And Spicer gears under high load, you can see here, they lasted 125,000 cycles, and under low load they lasted almost 428,000 cycles. Now what that means is they were able to start it and stop it on a dyno under low load and high load before the gearing fractured and it failed. So I don't know if you can see the charts, but that's about 3 times as much as any other manufacturer, and it's simply because they are OEM spec and they're made here in America, and they're specifically made with Dana axles in mind. They partner together and they work well. They're very compatible together. So let's get onto the Jeep and let's see where these things go. All right, so this is the rear diff cover. I'm telling you guys stuff that you already know, but this is where the ring and pinion, the 513 gears went in. They had to pull the axle apart, punch out the gears, put the gears in, measure them, mark them, run them a couple cycles. I don't know the whole process, but if you've seen any of the process or you've done this before, then you know what happens. The same thing happened in the front, so I've put 513s in the front and the rear, and I gotta say, I regret not doing it earlier. So now that we've seen where the gears go and talked a little bit about the gears, why don't we get in the Jeep, take it down the road, and I'll show you some numbers. Follow me. All right, guys. Hey, so I just got to filming this video, although I've had the Jeep for about a week and a half now since getting the gears redone, and I gotta be honest, it's amazing. It really did make a huge difference. It put it back into the stock shift points, and I'll show you in just a minute, but like I can run on the interstate where I'm at now and be in 8th gear the whole way, even with hills. Now it doesn't necessarily mean I maintain speed or a great gas mileage, but I get much better. And so here I just wanted to show you real quick. We're going up a hill right now, and we just crested the top of the hill. We're currently running 66 miles an hour, speed limit is 70. We're in 8th gear, and my current gas mileage is 18. Now we just started going down the hill, and you can see my average there. So we're running about 70 miles an hour, getting 22 miles to the gallon. It's pretty flat right now, and we're in 8th gear. That's the important piece. So you can see how flat it is, and I haven't really lost anything. I'm still at 69. I'm doing 17 miles to the gallon, averaging 15.4, and that just jumped up a little bit, but that's just a testament. This thing feels so much different. It feels so much peppier. It has a lot more acceleration, and I got to be honest, when I'm at a stop and I put the Jeep in drive, it just goes. I don't even have to give it gas. It just goes. I'm running 35-inch tires, a 2-inch lift, and I've got 513 gears. I went with 513 gears because I do plan on going to 37s, and I do tow from time to time with this. So if I stay with 35s, my RPMs are going to stay a little bit higher than normal, and that's pretty much the case. That's pretty much the case at 80 miles an hour and above. My RPMs get close to 3,000, but I don't usually run 80. So right now it does perfectly fine. I just wanted to highlight this. We're going up a hill. I don't know if you can really tell. It's not a very big hill, but 8th gear, RPMs right around 23, 2400. 8th gear, 15 miles to the gallon, and I'm just dropping off slightly with my speed. It's not too bad. And this is it's not the biggest hill I've ever driven up on the interstate, but it's a significant hill. And I'm about 2/3 of the way up it, and I'm still in 8th gear. Still going, still in 8th gear. It may bump right around here. It's probably gonna bump. I'm at 64 miles an hour. Didn't lose too much speed, but now I'm starting to lose some speed. I'm gonna give it just a little bit of gas, and I'm probably gonna downshift. Yep, there you go. So I've downshifted. You see my gas mileage goes down when I downshift to maintain that speed. Probably running about 2,800 RPMs. We're just cresting the top of the hill. Let off a little bit as we crest the top of the hill. And there it shifts back down to 8th. And my gas mileage starts to raise back up over 16 miles to the gallon. So this thing feels quite amazing in how it goes. I'm extremely happy with the purchase. I'll have to test it out and see what it does when it's towing, but I can only imagine that it'll do perfectly fine while I'm towing. So, but I'm gonna go ahead now and turn on the cruise control, and we'll see what that does. Oh, dropped off a little bit, so we'll set it at, actually, let's just set it at the speed limit and see what it does. All right, so we're at 70 miles an hour. Okay, you can see, gonna kind of come up a hill and drop off a little bit. Here we are, cruise control is set at 70, doing 70. We're in 7th gear, just because we're going up a hill. Now we're gonna downshift into 8th. There we go. And we're maintaining 70. We're gonna start going down a hill now, and we're gonna go up that other side. And we're gonna film this and see what happens here. All right, so down the hill, 8th gear, 56 miles to the gallon, and we're maintaining 70 miles an hour. We're pretty level. We're still getting 16 miles to the gallon, 15, 16, probably angled up a little bit. Sun's right in your eyes, it's right in mine. I know I don't like it. But here you go. So now we're maintaining 70. We're dropping some gas mileage, but we're maintaining 8th gear, about 2,400 RPM. And now we're coming up the hill. Now we jump down to 7, maintaining 70. Still, you see that average doesn't fluctuate a lot whenever it drops down. We're cresting the top of this hill. We're gonna flatten off, and we're gonna shift back to 8th. There you go. Drops the acceleration a little bit. We're gonna come up this next hill, and then we'll film that and see. But you can see the big advantage to regearing is getting the shift points correct. You're not really going to gain a lot of gas mileage. Okay, on average, I've probably gained, since driving it for the week and a half, I've probably gained 1 more mile to the gallon. Like, I'm averaging high 15s, low 16s now around the area, which is great, because before I was barely averaging 15 miles to the gallon. Now I'm in the high 15s. But it's really just keeping those shift points correct. And as you can see, we're coming up this hill. We're in 7th gear. My average just dropped a little bit, but there you go. Now it's downshifting to 8th, and we're maintaining 70. We're still slightly going up a hill. You can't really tell, but once it levels off, that's when your gas mileage comes back. You see that. Now we're going down a hill. RPMs are dropping down below 2,500. Yep. There you go. You can play with your cruise control and really kind of dial this in. Normally I don't run 70, even though the speed limit's 70, I'll run about 68. And just that 2 mile an hour difference will make a difference in going up hills and the RPM and the gas mileage and everything. So anyway, I hope this helps. If you're thinking about regearing your Jeep, you know, drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you're thinking about going with. Like I said, I've got 35s and I went with 513s. I do plan on going to 37s. That may affect my gas mileage, but it's still going to keep my shift points generally in the right area, especially at higher speeds. So yeah, so let me know what you think. Leave a comment. If you got anything left of your weekend, get out and enjoy it, and we'll see you next time on Jack Monkey Overland Adventure.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never say